Today we're going to talk about something that I have never really talked about on the channel before, and that is flavored whiskey. Let's get into it. Hello everyone, welcome back to Brad's Bourbon Reviews. I'm Brad, and today we're going to do a little, not a deep dive. I have 5 different samples here of flavored whiskey. Flavored whiskey is a category, if you want to call it that is like, and I mean this with no disrespect because there are some that I really like this bottle of Howler Head. I haven't had, even the one I like, I probably haven't had in a year and a half. It's not something I go to very often. And I mean this with no disrespect. It is like the lowest common denominator of whiskey. It is literally probably not great whiskey, 2 to 3, 4 years, maybe aged, covered with flavoring. That's all it is. And that's the reason that it's flavored whiskey and not flavored bourbon. Bourbon cannot have additives. Whiskey can, which is one of the reasons why I like bourbon so much. There's no layers to peel back. Bourbon itself is kind of a standard. It's at least the most regulated of all of the spirits. The reason I don't typically gravitate towards these flavored whiskeys is I'm not a big fan of sweets. And whenever I have had some of these that I did enjoy from time to time, it's like I can have one maybe and then it's over. And third, I don't like the way that it's A, low proof, and B, also like the mouthfeel. I feel like I'm drinking like Coke syrup or something. It's not my go-to thing. These samples were provided by my buddy Matt, who is also not like the biggest fan of flavoring stuff. We were talking about it one day at a drop, and I was like, I haven't done a video on it. He's like, I'll send you some samples. I was like, cool, let's do it. So I got some samples from him to do. So the bottles that we're going to do here, I'm not even going to do B-roll for this video. That's how disrespectful I'm going to be here. Is Ballatini chocolate whiskey coming in at 60 proof. Jesus Christ. Look at the color on that. It's like brown and it's 60 proof. That's not good. Then we're going to do, I think this is owned by Dana White, the owner, the head of the UFC, Howler Head banana flavored whiskey, which by the way, I'd love to do something with the Howler Head. I could do a Howler Head single barrel pick. I'm not kidding. I would do that in a heartbeat. Then we have some samples here. We're going to finally try Crown Blackberry, which is like taking the world by storm for whatever fucking reason. We then have Crown Apple. Great. Then we have Crown Salted Caramel. Man, I haven't had Crown Royal since I was like 23. And the only experience I ever had, I know the only time I've ever had Crown. I used to do improv and stand-up comedy, and I would do bartending during some of the shows that we would do. This was like in 2011. No, it was earlier than that. This was like 2010. And I would bartend from time to time for them before the shows. And one time I was bartending, and one of the people knew that I was going to be in the show, bought me a shot of Crown Royal, and I took a shot of it, and I didn't realize that it had been sitting on top of like the dishwasher, so it was hot. And I took a shot of that, and I almost threw up. So that is my only experience with Crown, and I do not like it. And that story is seared in my brain because I hated it so badly. So I'm going to try these. I don't know the proof on the Crown or any of the Crowns, but I do know that Howler Head is 80 proof, which is a little closer to where we need to be. So let's go ahead and do these in proof order, at least the 2. I'm going to try the Ballatini chocolate. And I'm going to go in with an open mind. I know I just rolled my eyes, but I'm going to go in with an open mind. Maybe it's really, really good. I doubt it, but it really could be. This is pouring out like maple syrup. This is going to be bad. Hey, guess what? Guess what it smells like? You got it right. And then like nothing else. I don't even smell whiskey. It smells like Hershey syrup. I'm not going to do full reviews on these. I'm going to rank them and see which one's my favorite at the end of it. See, that's what I don't like about it. The flavor is good. It tastes like drinking. This video is going to get 4 views. It tastes like drinking Hershey syrup. That doesn't taste like alcohol at all. So I get the appeal of it. If you want to just drink and you don't care about what you're drinking and you just want to get a buzz and you want it to taste good, this is fine. This is not bad at all. This is not bad. I'm going to be objective here. This is not bad. Is it what I like? Absolutely not. All right, Ballatini, you're in first place. All right, moving on to, I'm assuming Howler Heads, and these are all probably around the same proof. We're going to do Howler Head. Now, I do have a bias to this one because I actually do genuinely like Howler Head. I'm a banana guy anyway. This smells exactly like the wrapper of a banana Laffy Taffy. This is exactly what it smells like. Howler Head is like my guilty pleasure of whiskey. I actually genuinely like it quite a bit. I know that most people will probably not like this, but if you like banana Laffy Taffy or any artificial banana flavored anything, this is going to be right up your alley. And there's no way this doesn't jump right to number 1. Yep, number 1. I really like that Howler Head. I might have to go buy a bottle of Howler Head. I haven't had it in so long. All right, let's try the Crown Blackberry, because this is the thing people were freaking out about, even here in Florida. It's one per person, and people are literally buying them and like freaking out about it. Here's the problem. You can make anything taste good if you add flavoring to it. That's what's special about whiskey and bourbon that doesn't have flavor added to it. It's the wood and the time and the expertise of how to age something, what the mash bill is. That's what makes it interesting. That's why when you taste a bourbon and it has banana notes or it has, cherry notes, there's no cherry flavoring in there. This is like a cheat code and a way to get rid of bad whiskey, in my opinion. I know we're going on a tirade here, and I gotta be honest with you, this smells absolutely fantastic. It smells a little medicine-y, though. It smells more like grape Dimetapp than it does blackberry. Again, I get no ethanol burn on any of these, but I feel like this would go well with like a lemonade. That's actually really good. That's actually really good. And I don't know if I could drink a lot of this. As a mixer, yeah, this is good. You mix this with lemonade, go out by the pool, hang out. This is a good one. I can't believe I'm about to do this, but objectively, I think it is better than Howler Head, and I cannot believe I'm saying this right now. So Crown Blackberry, beyond all reason, you're in first place. That is crazy to me. Because here's why. The Howler Head still has that thick, like gross, syrupy taste to it. It's not as bad as like the chocolate one, but it is not present here on this Crown at all. It tastes sweet, but it doesn't have that thick taste, which I can't stand. So Crown Blackberry, you showing up. All right, let's get into some Crown Apple. I also remember when they did that Crown Apple 23 year. Who is that for? Who's that is like a whiskey dork that would spend that much money on a flavored whiskey? And then on the flip side of that, if you're drinking flavored whiskey, you're probably not a whiskey dork, unless you're me and haven't do it for this video. But you're probably not a whiskey dork. And if that's the case, you're not spending like $250 or whatever it was on a flavored whiskey. I just don't see who that was for. I think people bought it as a novelty, as a joke, but I don't think anyone took it seriously. If I'm wrong, comment in the comments, let me know that I'm crazy. Maybe it was really good and I missed out on a gem. I don't know, and we'll never know. But let's try this one out and see how we feel. So for fall, I love those candy apple suckers that are like caramel wrapped in like a green apple piece of lollipop candy. I love them. I have them in my house right now, and I've had one every day since I bought them. I love them so much. This smells just like the apple part of that. Green apple. There's not any red apple in there. It's like a Granny Smith apple, essentially. It smells good. No whiskey, or this one has a little bit of burn on it that the other ones haven't had, but I don't get any whiskey whatsoever out of this. Let's try it. You're better than the chocolate, but you're not better to me than Howler Head. So I'm going to put it in third place here. That is not bad. Another not bad one. That's another one. Of course, mix it. Mix it with something, and you'll probably be okay with it. Drinking it normal or straight, or even like on the rocks, might still be too much. You're in third place there. And we have the last one here, the Crown Salted Caramel. This one smells the most like whiskey. And in fact, I think this actually would be a really, really good beginner whiskey to pick out that caramel note that you get in a lot of whiskeys, and specifically bourbons. This is not a bad call, honestly, for people who are getting into whiskey to try this and really learn how to pick up that nose. Like a Larceny. If you had this next to a Larceny barrel proof, because I feel like I remember that being super caramel on the nose, and like A-B comparing and learning how to pick that note up, that would help, but let's see how it tastes. Too sweet, not for me. Dead last. All right, so my ranking goes in fifth place. We have the Crown Salted Caramel. In fifth place, we have the whatever this is called. What is this? Bellatoni? Jesus Christ. Don't know what that is. Chocolate whiskey. Then we have in third place the Crown Apple. In second place, Howler Head. And coming in and surprisingly knocking out what I thought my personal favorite flavored whiskey was, is Crown Blackberry. So, worth the hype? Probably not. But is it a good mixing whiskey? Sure. I don't know how much it costs, but if you're cool with it, then mix it, because I feel like that'd be good. It's fine on its own, too, to be honest. I don't hate it. I don't know if I'm buying one, but it's not bad. It's a lot lighter of a blackberry taste than I was expecting. All right, I know probably no one made it through this video, but thank you for watching if you did, and I appreciate it, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe. Check out the Patreon link down in the description, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, cheers. A big thank you to all the Patreon supporters you see on screen right now.